Hi everyone, Cheryl here with a video on CottageCutz flower cluster and using the dusting technique and then the Viva Pearl pin. And so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and cut 2 of your flower clusters out and just 1 stem. And then the next thing you'll want to do is take your, I'm using the sponge sugar, and so I'm going to do that first. And so I just basically get my brush all inked up and then just dust the centers, because I'm going to come with the outside with the purple, so I want the inside to be the pink. Okay, and so I'm done with the pink for now, and the next color is going to be oops, I don't know why that's on there, the Dusty Concord. And so I'm going to go ahead and ink that up. You can always test it on your paper just to see what color, and then hopefully you could see this in the video. I'm just dusting the edges of this. So I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully, let's see. Okay. And now I'm going to do this side. And usually you can just go in a circular motion. I think I want a little bit more of this color. And so that looks pretty. And then a little more for this other one. And then bring it down the center to some of the open pieces, and hopefully you could see that. I adjusted the lighting on this camera on my laptop, so I'm trying to use a different way to do my videos. And then I did bring out the chipped sapphire, but I almost think, yeah, that's a blue, so I don't need that. I'm just going to use the 2 colors. And then now what I'm going to do is kind of like in my other video, I did an airbrushing video on these flowers. And so basically what I'm going to do is pick the one that I want, and I'm going to cut the flowers, just snip them. Whoops. And I'm going to use these on top of the cluster. And just cut those out. And you don't have to be perfect on cutting them. There's some lines. That's the one nice thing about the CottageCutz that I love, is there's like perforated lines in a lot of the dies, and they kind of guide you. And so with this one, it's the same thing. The flowers have some little cuts, and so I just usually take the scissors and snip there. But if you wanted to, like on one, like this little flower has a little bit that you could just corner round it, you can go ahead and do that if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and leave them alone for this video. I think they look fine, and they'll be fine once I get them on the cluster. So the next thing we're going to do is, once I've bent all these, is go ahead and glue them on. And I'm using Helmar scrap dots. Of course I use that on all my flowers. And so now we're ready to go ahead and put the flowers together. And you should be able to see. I'm going to tilt you down a little bit. Okay. So I'm just doing a little bit of glue on the back. And then what I do is I kind of look and I'm like, okay, well this one looks like it could probably go here. You don't have to get them in their exact spot, but like the ones that look more of a round flower, then I put them, whoops, stick that one there. Maybe I can use the tweezers. Hopefully you could see. And I think this one I'm going to put right here. The nice thing about the tweezers is you can use them to hold and then push down if you need to. And whoops, I think I want this one because it's lighter pink to go in the center. And then the ones with the purple on the outside, I kind of want to keep them on the outside. So this one's going to be an outside flower. Oops. Actually, I'm thinking right there. And how come I look like I'm missing some flowers? Uh-oh. Wait a minute here. I'll stick that one there. And if I am, oh well, I don't know what I did with it. Well, that's kind of weird. I think I'm missing two. Oh well, that's okay. I mean, I'm just missing the two outside ones. So once you've glued it together, it just gives some nice dimension to this. Okay. And then the next thing I'm going to do is on this video, I'm not using the pearls. Like my first video on the airbrushing one, I used pearls for the center. On this one I'm using, it's called Pearl Pin, and it's a Viva. And it will actually, I'm going to shake it up because it hasn't been used in months. Okay. So I'm just going to add dots. And this stuff you need to set aside and let it dry for a while. But I thought this would be a different way to do your flower cluster. And hopefully you can see that. I'm going to lift it. And there you have your flower cluster. Now for the stem, I think I'm just going to go ahead and use a Copic marker on this. And I think that's, yep, that's the right side. And so basically I just color it in, and then I'm going to come in with another color. And hopefully you can see that. So that one I used YG03, and I think now I'm going to come in with a willow. It's G24, and just come along the sides and down the stem a little bit. Whoops. And then come on this stem here, and then this leaf. Now, there we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is come back with the lighter color and just kind of blend that in. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And there you have that. And so here's the stem for the flower cluster. I'm happy you could see this. And there you have it. And that is the CottageCutz flower cluster, and that's dusting. And these are the ones I did earlier on the Copic, the airbrushing. And I do have a video. It's kind of dark, but it's basically just airbrushing. And so I hope you enjoyed today's video, and thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Have a nice day.